atmosphere.
You gentlemen lift us up every day.
104.3 ESPN Northwest Florida.
What it do, people? It's the homie Lil Cash. Right now you tuned in with Paul Wilson on the Sports Blitz. 104.3 ESPN Northwest Florida. The hottest sports show in the South. Let's go. It's Lil Cash with another hit with Paul Wilson on the Sports Blitz. Where they talk trash and they talk ish. When it comes to sports, man, they too legit. It's 104.3 ESPN. If you love sports, better chime in. NFL, college, local sports, they got it. NBA, they got it. Sports Blitz, the top. The show hottest wasabi. Better tune in and go watch it. Sports Blitz with Paul Wilson. If you even tried, you can't stop it. Bone Crusher gon' pop it. No Jeff gon' pop it. Go like, comment, subscribe, and share. Right now.
We are live and local right here on this Wednesday, and you're locked into 104.3 ESPN Northwest Florida. This is the Sports Blitz with Paul Wilson, and we're so glad that you've joined us. Don't forget, you can check us out on Facebook as well. You can see what Jeffro looks like and Bone Crusher, both of them looking very festive today, and that's pretty impressive due to them being in this Florida heat. So either way, good to see Jeffrey here. How are you doing today, my friend?
I'm doing good. I'm recovering from the heat.
How do you do that? Lots of Gatorade?
Well, yeah, you have to stay hydrated. You have to eat. Good sleep. Yeah, that's how you got to do it.
Yeah. All right, Bone Crusher, how are you doing today, my friend?
So good, so beautiful.
Not bad.
Okay, yeah, sounds good. It's hot out there.
Yeah.
There's a lot of vacationers that are here right now, and that's fantastic. You just got to stay hydrated and keep it going, because if you don't, you can find yourself in the ER like me with kidney stones because you lose too much or something like that. But anyway.
So they told you.
I was dehydrating. I don't drink water. I don't drink a lot of water.
And you eat or drink dairy. Because that's what causes the kidney stones. Usually.
I drink milkshakes.
Do you eat ice cream at night?
I eat ice cream at night.
There you go.
I drink milkshakes.
There you
You're
go.
saying dairy causes kidney stones?
Absolutely, 100%.
You got to eat.
Really?
Yeah, but you got to eat ice cream.
That they're sharpened. It's calcium deposits that sharpen, and the reason why they poke you and it's so hard.
He didn't poke me.
No, the kidney stone poked you.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, that's what's causing the pain. They are like the size of like daggers, and how do you explain it?
Well, I've got mine in a bag.
You do have your what? He's got collectibles from a doc.
I got it.
You put it under
I
the
have
pillow.
nothing. I have nothing collected from the doc ever.
And the kidney doctor comes and gets it at night and replaces it with ice cream. What did you know?
Oh, wow.
Blizzard from Dairy
But
Queen.
usually it is dairy is calcium deposits, which is usually the dairy.
Yeah.
And you're not hydrated enough for the calcium to be broken up inside your system, and then therefore the calcium deposit becomes sharp, and then it pokes you, and then you're in pain, and then you're hoping to either pass it or break it up or do something with it.
Well, I only have one,
pleasant.
so that was it. And
Yeah.
it was really small.
Jeff sounds legit.
I don't know if I believe him. You know what I mean? You can read something
You know what?
and then regurgitate it, and it sounds good, but it's probably not true.
You know what's the most embarrassing thing, though, as far as like spilling like wrong information on the show? I know there's like 1 year.
Because you've done it before.
Yes, I've done it twice. I know of. Once was like I got the wrong year. I got the year wrong on something, and it was like off by 1 year. No big deal. But the other one was the Egg Bowl history, and the reason why it was called the Egg Bowl. And then what happened was, here's what happened, why I got it wrong. I went to Google, I Google searched it, and it gave me the AI answer, and it was wrong.
Yeah.
And I got corrected, and I was like, okay, well, it was a good story, though.
Even though
AI creates some
That's a great story.
jack stuff.
There's been times that he said stuff and it hasn't been true, and then I would correct him. He's not counting those. He's talking about.
You should correct me.
He's talking about the ones where AI,
Because
he read it.
This show is about the truth, Paul.
It is.
Yes.
And then sometimes you can't handle the truth.
I can't handle it sometimes.
That's true.
Brought to you
sometimes
by
the Gator
Kidney
fans-
Stone Alliance of
I get-
America.
I get called the Gator hater because they can't handle the truth sometimes.
Well, and that's what I wanted to talk about
oh
today.
my goodness, this is the boss yelling at me right here, Bone Crusher.
We've got to get you understanding that there are a lot of Gator
Oh, there
fans
are.
here.
Yeah.
And they don't believe as far as I'm concerned, is what I've read through just what they're commenting and all that. They don't believe Lane Kiffin's staying at LSU and Baton Rouge for very long, right?
Yeah.
Do you believe John Summerall will have a longer tenure at Florida than Lane Kiffin's tenure at LSU? That's
here's
your question.
Here's the weird part about it. Lane Kiffin could coach there 4 or 5 years, win a title, and leave on a good note.
Yes.
And
or
Summerall, I'm sorry, I'm going to spin it on you. I'm going to tell you Summerall's not going to win a title in 5 years, and he'll last more than 5 years because guess why? He hasn't won a title yet, and he's still on the mission.
So what about if Lane Kiffin doesn't win a title in 5 years? Do you think the love for Lane will still be there in Baton Rouge? Because it was not after Ogeron won a title.
Because he kept on going 6-6.
Right.
And that's not enough.
But you know as well as I do, Ole Miss, they just became everybody's darling last year.
Yeah.
But before that, they were losing to Kentucky.
Oh, well.
So if LSU
from time to time.
But that was what Lane Kiffin kind of his MO was, that he always would do good against good teams, and then he'd always throw an egg against a lower not as skilled team.
Yeah.
So,
he did that at other places, USC even.
So you're thinking Summerall staying longer than Kiffin due to you believe in your heart of hearts. Let's put you on the if we had the spotlights here, we'd put the spotlights on you right now. Kiffin is going to win a championship within your answer.
5 years.
He's bringing a championship to LSU.
5 years. Yeah.
John Summerall is going to win a championship in.
I don't know if he's ever going to win a championship.
Wow.
And the sad part is that, okay, sure, it might sound biased, right? But LSU's got nobody in their state that's competing with them. The Gators have, and I'm not even saying the Seminoles are a big force, but the Hurricanes are back. Are the Hurricanes back? It kind of looks like it. Kind of sounds like it.
1 year.
1 year.
In the playoffs, they're back.
And they're back.
Wow.
And they're going to go to the ACC.
You're going to stand on that. What if they throw an egg this year?
Well, I don't think they're going to throw an egg. I think they're back. Do they go 10-2 or they go to 11-1 this year?
And is that because of the competition or is it because they really are back?
It's part competition, and I think they are pretty much back. They lost 3 big draft picks. I get that, and the defense is not going to be as strong. But who's going to stop them in the ACC is kind of what I'm looking at. Clemson's not like what they used to be.
Yeah.
So if they go 10-2, which is completely feasible, and lose the ACC championship, I mean, are you really kind of considering to be back at 10-3? I mean, I guess it's better than what they've been doing.
So Kyle Albritton wants to say to you, here is the truth. Lane Kiffin will never, ever win a national title at LSU. He said, I have a better chance of winning the Powerball twice than Lane Kiffin ever winning a title. And Miami has still never won the lowly ACC.
You're right.
So,
and 20 whatever years has been 25.
See, this is where I kind of get off with you a little bit on this train of their back, because your biggest thing about Texas is you talk all this, you do all this, and they've made the playoff,
made the Final Four,
right? But you're like, Texas, they're not because they've never won the SEC.
Yeah.
But now you're saying Miami's back. You're giving me the U sign. I mean, you got the U tattooed on your arm.
No,
but
I mean, they did make the national title.
Are you double standarding this right here? Because
it's a different situation because the Longhorns.
One game.
What's
one
you mean
extra game.
From being the Final Four to losing the national title is one game.
Is one game.
Correct.
In the tougher conference.
Right. True.
Right.
And I'm kind of saying Texas is back too. And it's.
But you wasn't.
I don't want it to happen, Paul. Sorry.
You wasn't, though. At the beginning, you said, no.
Well, no.
Is there
the Longhorn fans came in and said, we're going to run
our year.
We're going to run. No, they said, we're going to run the SEC. And they haven't won the SEC in football. And they haven't done what they said they would do. And we kind of knew that wasn't going to happen. Right, Paul? To be honest with you,
I thought so. I didn't know
Yeah.
how good. Are we going to find out if Sarkisian is really a good head coach or is he a great offensive coordinator?
yeah.
That's where you got to understand the differences. You just because you know how to call plays, just because your offense is awesome, just because you're great at it, that doesn't automatically mean you're going to be a great head coach. Look at Brian Dabble. Everybody thought that, man, he's got his guy, Jackson Dart, and then boom, he didn't do anything with him. But watch him when he goes and becomes this great offensive coordinator, and then what's going to happen? You know, he had Josh Allen. So all I'm saying is, would you call Lane Kiffin a great head coach yet? Because what has Lane Kiffin accomplished outside of getting his team into the playoff last year? That he didn't beat Georgia, but the guy that replaced him beat Georgia
with his own players. With
the same players that Lane Kiffin had.
True.
So
No, he's not a great coach yet, but I think the situation is right. You know, we've got enough athletes coming out of Louisiana that he's going to keep, hopefully, in state, and then that they're going to roll with it, and then it's just going to build up, and people want to go play for him. It was like Saban had for a decade. They want to go play for Saban, Paul. Well, guess what? Saban's gone.
Yeah. No, nobody's happier than LSU fans that Saban's gone. Correct. I mean, that's the
yeah.
I guess maybe Georgia fans are pretty happy.
Auburn fans are probably the
very
happiest. Yeah,
happy.
Yeah. Maybe Tennessee fans, but they're kind of hibernating right now. I don't see a whole lot of Tennessee fans running around, and they aren't in any top 10 list. It seems like.
Yeah. Well, that's because they don't know who their quarterback is just yet. Neither does Alabama. Neither does Florida. But
which is surprising because Tennessee not running their mouth. I mean, that's probably the team that's the most surprising and not running their mouth is Tennessee.
Yeah.
They're not. And it's admirable. It's admirable. I mean, I don't want somebody to be in the mids and start running their mouth. It's like, come on, man. You're not who you
I'm surprised that's not running their mouth. That probably could be
Georgia?
Oklahoma.
Oh, okay.
You got to think Oklahoma was not relevant. After who? Baker Mayfield and Kyler Murray both left. That's it.
Yeah.
After Kyler Murray,
they
left,
were completely known for losing playoff games.
Right.
In the four
when it was
playoff.
then.
Yeah.
And then
always they've lost more playoff games than anybody else in the history of Earth.
But then Brent Venables comes in, and that first year takes a lump. The second year takes a lump. Right?
Oh, he was there. No,
I thought he was there 2 years.
Oh, was he there 2 years? I thought he was there one. Okay,
and then
maybe
now
he
he's turned them around. And are they pliable? Are they a team that you could say
you got to do more than beat Bama?
But they beat them, but then they lost
2 years in a row.
Yeah, they beat them, but they lost to them in the playoffs.
True, when it counts. But you beat them 2 years in a row. That's kind of rough.
Is that the team? So Oklahoma, Texas, and LSU.
Yeah.
They all are the teams that everybody's looking at to prove something this year, right? They're the ones that you got the new coach at LSU. You got Sarkisian, who's got this upwards of $50 million roster.
Oh, yeah.
You got Brent Venables, who made it to the playoffs and got his returning quarterback back, who's on the internet squatting 700 pounds, showing his arm strength at the Manning camp, right?
Yeah.
Then that's the bigger stories, right? Then you got the stories about what Summerall is going to do, what Golish is going to do.
Yeah, let's not start on the whole first-year coaches that just switch teams and are new to, I don't want to say the SEC, but kind of like to the SEC, where Lane Kiffin's already been in the SEC. It's not that much of a transition.
That's why he's in that top-tier question of what's going to happen this year.
There's more stability, it seems like.
Does it help that he's got most of his coaches from Ole Miss with now more talent?
That helps out Weiss.
But then do you think the quarterback, Levitt, if he can't be what Trinidad Chambliss has been, if he can't do what Jaden Daniels did, if he can't do what Joe Burrow did, if he can't do that, do you think Sam Levitt will take the blame, or do you think Lane Kiffin will take the blame?
I mean, how much did Garrett Nussmeier take the blame last year?
A lot.
It was quite a bit.
Yeah. Brian Kelly still took the blunt.
Yeah, he took the blunt
of it.
It'll still go
I think
Lane.
Lane Kiffin will get the blunt of it too.
Yeah.
I think it'll be his fault.
And that's a surprising. He's not a complete jerk. He will take responsibility a lot of times, and it's almost like, wow, you took responsibility, but you aren't saying you're going to be better in the future. That's what he does.
Yeah,
it's kind of a weird thing that he does. But you know what? They're not the only three teams that need to prove something. And I would put fourth on that list, Texas A&M, and fifth on that list, Ole Miss.
Wow,
because
really?
Lane Kiffin's gone, Ole Miss has still got something to prove because Lane's gone.
They're thinking that Lane is the reason why. Mm-hmm. Okay, I got you.
And then also with A&M, the 11-0 start, was it a fluke? Did Longhorns put them in a position where they got exposed? Is A&M kind of for real?
I think their defense has been for real because what they did to that offense of Miami. If you think Miami had a great offense with Fletcher running the ball, Tony catching the ball, and Beck throwing the ball, and they only held them to field goals.
Six?
Yeah. So they held them to field goals.
There were missed field goals on both sides of the team. Both teams.
Well, the wind was blowing crazy that day, but still, like A&M. Why is A&M not? It's like A&M doesn't even exist, though.
Well, they're not talking a lot of trash, and they're not on a lot of people's radar. Texas is because of who they are and Arch Manning.
Right.
And Sarkisian a little bit because he runs his mouth
a
little bit too.
They've got the number one wide receiver out of the portal, which is Cam Coleman, who come from Auburn. They've got several other backs. They got several other defense players. Their roster supposedly is supposed to be the greatest in football.
And the money you're talking about.
Right.
They paid for it.
I know they say 40, but I think it's upwards of $50 million for that roster. I do, because I just think that's what they say they spend. I think they spent way more. I think everybody spends more. There's just no possible way you can regulate it if it's not regulated.
Yeah.
So you really believe that within 5 years they'll hoist a championship in Louisiana, but you don't believe in 5 years that the Gators will hoist a championship.
Yeah, and part of it is that it's a different situation. You're a flagship school in a less populated state, and you're going to keep the people close to home because that's just how the state is. Florida has millions upon millions of people, talent all over the place. Don't get me wrong, but they're splitting it up. And sometimes even Georgia comes down, grabs some. Even Alabama does.
Right. They always do. Derrick Henry came from Florida.
Yeah.
So
who's going to Louisiana and stealing people? Not a whole lot.
Alabama got Devontae Smith.
Yeah, you're right.
Yeah.
And there was Etienne, two of them.
Who?
Etienne. Yeah, don't say Etienne.
It's Etienne.
It's so goofy.
It's what he said. He knows his own name, Jeffrey. Just because you think you're Cajun,
he better claim that he's Haitian.
Well, he's
with that pronunciation.
Well, he says it's Etienne. So I don't care what you say, really.
So one went to Clemson, the other went to Florida, and then went to Georgia afterwards, and all that. Yeah, there's a few that there's a Hilliard that went to the Florida Gators. There's these little ones that slip out and everything.
Yeah.
There's an offensive lineman this past week from Lake Charles, Louisiana, committed to Notre Dame.
Yeah,
and that hurts.
It does, because Louisiana does have a big time of keeping their guys there and all of that. So. But either way, that's just kind of how it goes. We're going to go ahead and take our first break. When we come back, we are going to get Aaron Bearden on the line. Some crazy stuff just happened today. You got to listen to this. It's about Michael Jordan. You're listening to the Sports Blitz with Paul Wilson right here, 104.3 ESPN, Northwest Florida.
Only 104.3 ESPN Northwest Florida could bring sports fans like you an app this powerful. The sports content you crave is always on. Live stream us everywhere you go. Now with upgraded programming and live game schedules, you'll always know when the Atlanta Braves and your favorite games are playing. Plus, interact with our local hosts in real time and so much more. The new app for the sports fanatic is available at the Apple Store and Google Play. From 104.3 ESPN Northwest Florida.
Good afternoon. This is Anna on ESPN Northwest Florida with Wednesday's weather forecast. Sunny the remainder of the day with temps near 90 and a wind 10 to 15 miles per hour. Mostly clear skies tonight, a gentle breeze out of the west-southwest, and a temperature of 82. The same tomorrow around 90 with mostly sunshine, and a wind at 8 miles per hour out of the southwest. Mostly sunny Friday, a gentle breeze and very warm around 90. This forecast is brought to you by Earthworks of Northwest Florida. Thank you for listening to ESPN Northwest Florida. Rely on it.
With over 4 decades in business, Instant Replay Sports Cards is happy to take your collection to the next level. All new hobby boxes, signed memorabilia and supplies, new and vintage cards, and Pokemon. Buy, sell, and trade. They're an authorized source for Topps, Panini, Upper Deck, and Leaf cards. Instant Replay Sports Cards inside the Stanford Station on 23rd Street next to Academy Sports. Come see the bigger store and the larger inventory, or visit online, instantReplaySportsCards.com.
Lone Star Boil House and Sports Bar, where the locals go for the best boiled seafood around. Crawfish, shrimp, red royals, and everything crabs. Watch almost every sporting event in the country on their huge outdoor jumbotron. Follow them on Facebook to stay up to date on weekly events, live music, and food and beer specials. Lone Star Boil House and Sports Bar, your home away from home for sports, good times, and great food. The best boiled seafood. Lone Star Boil House and Sports Bar, 320 West 5th Street, downtown Panama City.
The Atlanta Braves are on a mission, and night after night they are making their case as one of the best teams in baseball.
Swung on and hit with massive force. Tie game on a 2-run homer by Ronald Acuna.
Tonight, the Braves and Pirates keep it going along the Allegheny River in Pittsburgh as Atlanta looks for another big win on the road.
Coverage coming up at 6, first pitch at 6:15 on 104.3 ESPN Northwest Florida.
Now, taking your collection to the next level. It's the Instant Replay Sports Cards Box Break. With Aaron Bearden on ESPN Northwest Florida.
Welcome back. You're listening to the Sports Blitz with Paul Wilson right here at 104.3 ESPN Northwest Florida. This is the Sports Blitz, and we're excited about it because we're talking to our friend of the show, Instant Replay Sports Cards, Aaron Bearden. And we're so glad to have Aaron on the phone line right now. Aaron, how are you doing on this warm day in beautiful Panama City?
Oh, man, I am indoors, so absolutely fantastic. How about you guys?
We're doing great. We're having a wonderful time here. Let's get into this, man. We've got to talk about all of the stuff that's going on because a lot of stuff's going on in the card industry right now. First and foremost, let's talk about this whole thing that's been hitting the airways about the Upper Deck and Michael Jordan. What is going on? I know that he's the first person to be a legacy partner, I think is what they called him. Give us the rundown of this and what it means and what they're doing.
Yeah, so Michael Jordan has been an Upper Deck spokesperson for a long, long time. Back in the early 90s, Upper Deck really got out in front of everybody and signed a couple of huge names. Wayne Gretzky was one, Joe Montana, and obviously Michael Jordan, to be their spokespeople for each sport. And when they got around to doing the Upper Deck Authenticated series where they offered signed merchandise, Michael Jordan definitely was the big name in that. So it seems now that Upper Deck has gotten Jordan to sign on for basically a lifetime contract to be an Upper Deck spokesperson. Yeah, it's kind of competitive right now because you've got, fanatics running around trying to sign people up, and a lot of these other companies trying to grab whoever they can to remain, viable and have some market share. So, I can see Upper Deck trying to get Jordan locked in for as long as possible, and, it's hard to get much more than a lifetime commitment.
So what I see online is that what that means is that he's actually signing more stuff, and now they're going to make that more available to people because obviously he doesn't sign a lot except exclusively for them. Now, how does that work? Is that something that you guys will have at your shop, or is that like a request? How does it all work to get that kind of stuff?
Yeah, so we are not only an Upper Deck Diamond dealer, certified Diamond dealer, we're also an Upper Deck Authenticated dealer, which means any of the stuff you're seeing about Michael Jordan through Upper Deck Authentication, Upper Deck Authenticated pieces, any of that on their website, come to us. We can order that. We can get you a discount on that below the MSRP. that they're listing on the website. Definitely save you some money, especially on those big, expensive Jordan pieces. There's some wiggle room there. So, but also any of the other UDA athletes, they have, like I said, Wayne Gretzky and Tiger Woods, and a lot of big names. A lot of people in hockey and soccer are UDA athletes as well. So, yeah, if there's any of that stuff you're seeing on Upper Deck, come down here and talk to us. We can get a lot of that stuff's really limited. It's not like they can send it out to every shop and have it on display. Some of their pieces are limited to 10 or 15 items, or sometimes to the player's jersey number. So in Jordan's case, they do a lot of things limited to 23 of each piece. But yeah, definitely we can get that stuff at a discount for you.
So how does that stuff work a lot of times when they do that? Because I know in the cards, 1 of 23, 2 of 23, 3 of 23, all of that, that means it, will raise in value because, like you said, they're only made 23 of those. Is that the same way, same concept?
Oh, yeah. Yeah. Just like with a card, having a non-numbered card is one thing. Having the numbered card definitely increases the value. It's the same way with these signed pieces. Having something really limited is definitely going to go for a lot more. I have a LeBron signed basketball from Upper Deck. It was done when he had gotten his 10th season in the league, and they were celebrating, 10 years of him being this elite player. And they made, I think it was like 23 of these special basketballs that have like a, LeBron logo on the basketball and all that. He signed them, and everyone's hand numbered. So,
wow.
Yeah, I mean, it's definitely increased in value over just a general LeBron signed basketball.
Wow, so that kind of stuff is really where you can go, and you can go on the website and find that, and or reach out to you guys, and you can kind of navigate that with someone if they're wanting to really get into it. Because I know that they have like shoes, like Jordan shoes signed by him. They've got jerseys, all of that stuff's really expensive stuff. But it's something that. Some people get into the stock market, some people get into collectibles. And I think this is, one of those things where is it going to be, worth it to bite the bullet early and then see the results later? Nobody can tell, right?
It's like Bitcoin.
Yeah, and it's, but if you're buying an athlete like Michael Jordan, he's done all he's got to do. He's been retired long enough that I'm not saying we can't ever learn something new about Jordan or he can't make some mistake down the road, but I mean, I think we know who Michael Jordan is as a person. I think it's a pretty safe investment at this point. And, to Upper Deck's credit, when you talk about, they're doing a lot of Michael Jordan items, that is true. But if you see something on the site where they say this is a recreation of the Dream Team jersey, or these are the shoes that, the same model of shoes he wore for a certain game, if they tell you they're doing 23 of those or whatever the number may be, they're going to keep it to that. Now, they may come out and do some other Jordan signed jersey or some other shoes, but they're not going to devalue your item by adding on to that and, making more of that exact same thing.
Right. So I know that you're going to tell us, anything that's coming out this week on the card market, but I do want to ask you specifically, I saw this come across as well, that since we're talking about Upper Deck, so tomorrow Upper Deck is going to be releasing their 26 Upper Deck Goodwin Champions trading card set, which features a mix of mainstream athletes, pop culture icons, and historical figures. Their official date is tomorrow, and the retail stores are going to be the 22nd. Also in that, they've got these packs of the cards that they're putting in, like they did with, like Topps did with the 52 Mantle, where they're going to give you an opportunity to get a signed pack of Michael Jordan cards.
Nice, yeah. That's one thing Upper Deck can always, pull out of their back pocket because they have Michael Jordan. And that's kind of, he's on top of my head, about as big a name as any living sports figure in America. So, no matter who, what the fighting over the different league licenses and all that nonsense is, they can always say, yeah, but we've got Jordan. And what Upper Deck has been doing, it's pretty clever. A lot of this it's kind of behind-the-scenes stuff that the public may not realize. The guy who's the president of Upper Deck right now, Jason Machera, really cool guy. I've talked to him in person a couple of times. Really nice. He started out as a card shop owner and worked his way up into working with Upper Deck, and now he's president. He's from Chicago. Huge Bulls fan, huge Jordan fan. So he's tried to do everything he can to include Michael Jordan in all the Upper Deck, releases, knowing that obviously, they can't get the NBA stuff away from Topps. But also the company around him, the employees, they really like him. And so they've gone out kind of behind his back and secured some Jordan things for Upper Deck just because they know the boss likes him. So, for example, the famous image on the Nike poster from the 80s of Jordan up in the air, on his way to the slam dunk, and you've got like the skyline behind him and all. Upper Deck went out about maybe 2 years ago and secured the rights to that image. So they can't show him in a Chicago Bulls jersey on an Upper Deck card, but they have images like that, which are iconic. All these kids had that poster back in the 80s.
Yep.
And, so they're going to, be using things like that because they have a tie as a company to Chicago and to Michael Jordan.
Wow. I mean, that's just really good. If you're a collector, that's really, if you're serious about it and you've got some money to put into it, that would be the way to go, seems like to me. But either way, we're talking with Aaron Bearden of Instant Replay Sports Cards. And Aaron, when we talk about the World Cup and how big it's been, do you think that the card market has grown with all of this going on, because now they're starting to hear the names of these new stars, because obviously everybody knows who Messi is, Ronaldo, and even some of the other ones, but are we seeing it kind of get larger and larger even with the World Cup?
Yeah, I mean, it's kind of hard to say because this has been going on for a couple of weeks to know what kind of impact it has on its own, but in general, yes. The globalization of not just soccer, but MLB having the World Baseball Classic and having teams from all around the world participate and going to other countries and playing sometimes exhibition games, but also having some regular season games where teams are out there doing their best and putting their real starters out there for the fans to see. It's increasing the profile of the game. I know every year MLB, they go to London and do a series, and the English fans are really getting into that. The NFL, certainly, they're going around the world and playing games in other places and increasing their profile. And, NBA almost doesn't even have to, just by virtue of they're getting so many players coming in from around the world now that you didn't maybe have 30 or 40 years ago. So, yeah, these are no longer just American sports. And as far as cards, what that translates into is if you're trying to sell these cards, say on an online platform, it's suddenly a global market. If you open a pack of basketball cards and you're pulling some of these Eastern European players or, some of the Asian players in baseball or something like that, you can sell these all over the world now. So, it's definitely broadened the trading card market quite a bit.
Do they have cards for the European basketball leagues?
Actually, they do, yeah. Upper Deck has done some EuroLeague cards. In fact, those were the first cards made for Luka Doncic, were his EuroLeague cards before he ever came to the NBA.
Do you think that soccer is going to be the big one that's going to have growth as far as cards go, or do you think that maybe hockey or maybe even like UFC could have a big growth?
Yeah, that's a good one. Soccer is definitely getting there as far as cards. It's growing, especially amongst younger people in America. Tons of kids, they're playing it at school. They're getting to see it now. A lot of streaming services, they're able to watch soccer players and matches overseas and all that. It's not just about the Major League Soccer. As far as to say, like, which sport is really going to dominate that, that's a good one. I would lean towards soccer or hockey more so than the MMA stuff, just because I think you have more participation there's more athletes. There's more, say in soccer than just the people participating like within the UFC. So I think that is going to raise that profile just a little bit more. And I think there's more of a national pride, like we see in the World Cup with soccer, whether it's fans of England or Argentina or, any of those countries that you maybe don't get with individual sports quite as much.
Who would you say when we're talking about hockey? I mean, not hockey. When we're talking about soccer, when you think of Messi and Ronaldo, I mean, obviously they both have expensive cards. But do you think that Messi is the king as far as the card market goes, or is it Ronaldo?
Yeah, I would think Messi is going to be the top value in each set. I think going forward, though, I think there's a real potential that, say, 5 to 10 years from now, it could be Lamine Yamal, who is that may be sort of the next Messi, quote unquote, as far as being the top guy in the soccer card market.
Wow. And they do all the things with the soccer cards as well. They have the patches or the, stuff that they sign and all
shoelaces.
that, right?
No.
Oh, yeah. Oh, you can get the cards with the piece of the ball in it, which is really cool. Those are great little relics that you just don't see, because to me it's kind of neat. The surface of the ball just has a different feel to it than when you get a card with a piece of baseball or football in it. So, they do all that same kind of stuff. The serial numbering, the autographs, all of it,
Wow. Well, Aaron, this is a big weekend for you guys. Tell us what's going on, and I know that it's got to do with barbecue, so I'm all in. Jeff loves barbecue, so give us what's going on at Instant Replay Sports Cards this weekend, what you got going on.
Yeah, so on the 18th, which actually be next weekend, we got our Rip Night. So for I think the first time now, we have got some sign-up sheets here in the store. Come down and sign up in person for Rip Night. We always tell you it's limited in space. It really is, this time more so, because not only do we have pack wars and giveaways and all those things, we're going to do some catered barbecue for Rip Night. We'll all enjoy some barbecue before we get down to the pack wars and all that. We'll make sure there's plenty of ways to clean your hands off before we start opening those cards up. But we do need some sign-ups ahead of time for that, so we know, the catering people know, how much food to bring. And again, like I say, space is very, very limited for that. So sign up early. There is a bonus gift involved if you do sign up early. We do make it worth your time to come down here and sign up. It's something you can't get anywhere else any other way. So definitely come down and sign up before the 18th. Really, the sooner you do it, the better.
And what is Rip Night, so the listeners that maybe they've never heard of that before?
Yeah, so Rip Night is a monthly event we do. We think of it as a customer appreciation night. We play a lot of games. Basically, people come in, they buy these Rip Night bundles, and it'll be a bunch of packs. And we'll do these games called Pack Wars, where everyone opens the same pack. Everybody gets the same pack. They all open it up, and we're looking for these random things. You don't have to know cards to know this. Look on the back, and we're looking for who's got the tallest player, who's got the youngest player. It's just things like that. Whose pack has the most players with a blue jersey, that sort of thing. And there are prizes every round. There's free cards. Sometimes we do gift cards to restaurants and things like that. So there's all kind of cool stuff. We do different trivia games, sometimes team trivia about sports or cards. We did a bingo game, I think, about a month or so back. And it's always something fun, something different, something fresh. So like I said, you don't have to know cards. We have people bring their whole families, and everybody gets in on the fun. And then, like I say, in addition to that, this time we got some good barbecue as well. So just make an evening of it. Rip Night is once a month. It's always on a Saturday. Starts at 5 p.m.
And you also on those you can actually have good hit cards too, right? It's not just packs of cards that are not valuable. Yeah. Like you could come away with a valuable card because you could get an autograph or relic or any of that stuff.
Absolutely. We like right now, you got this in Major League Baseball, the NL MVP race. Right now, we're down to like Shohei Ohtani, and I've seen a lot of talk about Pete Crow Armstrong of the Cubs. He may overtake Ohtani for MVP this year. It's possible. We had last summer someone pulled a one-of-one Pete Crow Armstrong rookie autograph out of one of these packs at Rip Night. So, yeah, there's all kind of great cards people walk away with just in the course of playing the games, not even, necessarily the prizes they get. Yeah,
Wow.
There's all kind of cool cards that come out of this stuff. We get case hits and autographs and all that stuff coming out of these packs as well.
That sounds really good, exciting, and, man, you got barbecue. I mean, you can't go wrong with that, right?
It could be barbecue all over the cards.
No, he said he's going to clean everybody's hands
I hope
with
so.
with the wipes.
Yeah, it'll be compartmentalized. We'll do a barbecue, we'll clean up, then we'll open some cards.
That's right. So make sure you go out there. Aaron, give us the address and your hours of operation, my friend.
Yes, sir. We are at 752 West 23rd Street. That's in the Stanford Station here with Academy Sports, Sweet Frog, El Jalisco, and us right there. We are open 7 days a week, Monday to Friday, 11 to 8, Saturday, 10 to 8, Sunday, 12 to 6. Like I said, that Rip Night, that is on the 18th at 5 p.m. on a Saturday. It's going to be a ton of fun. We also got the Kids Club on Friday nights. We got in-store breaks on Saturday. And I think, as you mentioned, we got a big event on August 1st as well. So
Yeah, so
definitely
it's
come check
just
all
going to
that
be
out.
some exciting things going on, and right here before school starts, because school starts in August, and man, those kids need to get out and have some fun and get some cards going, and make sure that you hold me a hobby box of Goodwin, because I'm coming to get it. I'm excited about it.
Oh, yeah, it should be a lot of fun. I always like opening that product myself.
All right, well, thank you so much, Aaron. Have a wonderful week, and we'll see you on Saturday.
Sounds good. You guys take care. Everybody be good and be safe.
All right. Thank you so much, Aaron. When we come back, we'll dive into a little bit more of the breaking news. And I've got to get Jeffrey's mind on something that a college coach said just today. You're listening to the Sports Blitz with Paul Wilson right here, 104.3 ESPN Northwest Florida.
Weather in the Panhandle never stops. Turn to 104.3 ESPN Northwest Florida.
This is Joanna with your latest forecast.
We're up to the minute weather reports all day long.
A chance of thunderstorms and moderate rain.
In-depth storm coverage.
Hurricane Helene.
And breaking weather as it happens.
We do have a tropical storm warning.
ESPN Northwest Florida. Rely on it.
Hi, folks. Larry Lee at Coin and Bullion Reserves. These idiots in Washington have lost their minds. They've given away all of their money, and now they're trying to give away all of yours and mine. If you're feeling the pinch and you need a few extra bucks for gasoline or rent money or tuition, bring your old gold jewelry to Coin and Bullion Reserves today at the corner of East Avenue and 15th Street in Panama City. No one in the country will pay you more for your gold than Coin and Bullion Reserves, and you can take that to the bank.
Coin and Bullion Reserves.
Hewitt Tire and Auto has been in business in Panama City forever. Locals taking care of locals. From the smallest to the largest vehicles, they do it all. But don't take my word for it. Listen to the experts.
Hewitt Tire and Auto, your certified AAA service center and hometown towing.
Visit them online at HewittTire.com.
On Airport Road in Panama City.
850-769-7323. Hewitt Tire and Auto Center and hometown towing.
KLA Builders is a general contractor based in Panama City Beach, specializing in home remodeling, renovations, and custom projects. KLA Builders offers services like kitchen and bathroom remodels, deck construction, and full home renovations. With a focus on craftsmanship and personalized service for residential projects, KLA Builders is turning client visions into reality. For a free estimate, call KLA Builders, 850-960-5115. That's 850-960-5115.
104.3 ESPN Northwest Florida gets results. Here's Brandon Strickland from Recommended Collision Center, Jinx Avenue in Panama City.
At Recommended Collision Center, we're all about taking care of our community, and advertising on 104.3 ESPN Northwest Florida has helped us do just that. Social media ads were getting stale, but the Sports Blitz with Paul Wilson gave us a fresh way to reach local customers. We've seen more vehicles coming in for estimates, more phone calls, and more people recognizing our name. It's been a great partnership for our business, pairing up with 104.3 ESPN Northwest Florida.
To see how 104.3 ESPN Northwest Florida can help grow your business, go to espnpc.com and click the contact button. Get your message heard and cut through the clutter. Go to espnpc.com and click the contact button.
The Atlanta Braves are on a mission, and night after night they are making their case as one of the best teams in baseball.
Swung on and hit with massive force. Tie game on a two-run homer by Ronald Acuna.
Tonight, the Braves and Pirates keep it going along the Allegheny River in Pittsburgh as Atlanta looks for another big win on the road.
Coverage coming up at 6, first pitch at 6:15 on 104.3 ESPN Northwest Florida.
Broadcasting from the heart of the Gulf Coast and streaming to every corner of the map. This is the Sports Blitz with Paul Wilson on 104.3 ESPN Northwest Florida.
We are back live and local right here at 104.3 ESPN Northwest Florida. This is the Sports Blitz with Paul Wilson, and we're so glad to join us on this beautiful day here in Panama City Beach. Don't forget, if you want to be a part of this show, you can be 850-215-6290. The Tropical Spas and Pools phone line is the way you do that. You can text us, you can call in, whatever you'd like to do on that. We're also on Facebook. We got Jeffrey here, Bone Crushers here. We're going to go to the Tropical Spas and Pools phone line right now, and we've got Ed on the line. Ed, how are you doing today, my friend?
What's going on, Jeff? What's going on, Paul?
We're doing fantastic. Now, let me ask you this. I know you've been excited about this soccer stuff. How disappointed were you that the United States of America lost their game?
You know, I'm really – it's weird to say this, but – and it's not weird. It's that feeling of the politics and the drama all for nothing. All this hype for nothing.
Well, I believe that there was something. I mean, making it to 16 to me, no, it wasn't the first time we've ever done it, but it definitely was something to get. I mean, there's more people that watch this World Cup than ever before in the history.
Oh, yeah.
And more American people were, you know, solidifying and coming together. And so to me, I thought it was great.
Yeah. I mean, as a fan, I was entertained. But I feel like the media hyped it up with the politics and all that, so it kind of took a little bit of the fun out of it.
Yeah. Yeah, what politics are you talking about?
With the Trump thing and, how he was getting involved with FIFA. And I'm so tired of hearing about the word corruption in FIFA. It's like, it's corruption, it's played out. They want Argentina to win, blah, blah, blah. And it's like, dude, this is exhausting to hear that, man. I just want to watch it.
I have no idea.
Yeah, no, I get it. And again, for me, I was just, I was glad the guy could play. I thought that was the right call. I think the ones that are going to, stay on the political side of it, they're on the political side of it anyway. They love politics. They don't
even love soccer.
And they don't even love soccer. So, I love that he got back. I mean, nobody was saying anything when Ronaldo was allowed to play. They gave him a pass as well. So, whatever. And again, the ones that are going to talk about the political side of it, they're going to talk about it regardless. So I'm just glad it happened. But moving on, do you have a favorite for this thing?
Argentina and France rematch.
Oh, wow. Argentina and France rematch. Okay. So we'll see how that goes. We are going to have to jump off, Ed. We got another caller on the line. We appreciate you calling, my friend.
All right, later. Y'all take it easy.
Yes, sir. Thank you so much. We're going to go ahead and go to the Tropical Spas and Pools phone line. We got Nate on the line. Nate, how are you today, my friend?
Well, I am joyfully driving to my in real life D&D game.
I don't know what that is.
Did he say D&D?
DMV.
Yeah, man.
The DMV?
No, D&D, like rolling the dice and people pretending to be somebody else for a little bit.
Dungeons and Dragons.
There you go.
I'm a wizard.
No idea. Never heard of her.
What?
Don't know what you're talking about.
Yeah, he
You
wasn't.
didn't hear about the satanic panic of the 80s?
He wasn't.
No, I was at church.
He wasn't hanging out with the honors kids. He was too busy at PE hitting on girls.
He wasn't even born yet. What are you talking about?
That's right. That's right. I am the younger of the group of all of us sitting here at this moment.
Anyway, hey, USA. Okay. way to celebrate the birthday weekend, USA. You can't even beat Belgium. I mean, come on. What's up?
Wow. Well,
I mean, 4-1, dude? What is that? Yeah. After you get that one player back because the red card coming, we're going to appeal it, and they win the appeal. You know what? I think that's what really fired up Belgium. Like, see the special treatment that the Americans are getting.
That's a Russian accent.
That sounded like Arnold Schwarzenegger.
How many Russians play on the Belgian team?
I will crush you.
I don't know, but, I mean, should we do an investigation and find them ineligible?
Oh, my God. This litigious society's got to go away. I hate all the lawsuits. It's just keep it all out of soccer. It's crazy.
Don't use words you can't spell, Jeffrey. Litigious would not be one that you can.
All I know is that they came in there, they had high hopes, and they got smashed. So, you know what? Just pull a coog, baby. You had my Washington State references. They just cooged it.
Well, they played in Seattle. That was probably the problem.
No, that's where I'm from. And I was like, man, I knew as soon as they said Seattle, USA, at Lumen Field, or I think they were at Husky Stadium, weren't they?
No.
They were at the Seahawks, right?
12th
man. Yeah.
12th man. Yeah. We came out strong, man. They had a good bunch of USA people out there. Go. And then, I don't know. The rain got to them. I don't know, man.
I think we did well, though. I think we did well. We did well. We brought a country together. We played. Yeah, for us fans that aren't soccer fans that are new to this whole thing about the World Cup.
Introduction. Yeah, okay.
It was good. My wife was. I will say this. My wife was disappointed that we didn't have the singing of our national anthem. She likes the singing instead of the playing, and we were hosting, so we can call the shots. Now, we did have the flyovers, which was really cool. I thought that was a good taste for us.
See, that's what they missed out on. They could have had Sir Mix-a-Lot do the national anthem, and that would have been dope. Because he's from Seattle, yo.
My posse's on Broadway.
My posse's on Broadway. Man, I've been on Broadway. You ever been on Dick's on Broadway? You got a big old bag of Dick's.
Hey, let me ask you a question. What do you do when you're driving towards Tacoma?
I drive the other way.
Yes, you got to do a U-turn. That's Sir Mix-a-Lot lyrics right there.
Well, Kyle Albritton said Belgium was a more talented team and that the two best players didn't even start for them.
Yeah.
So
they were a better team. They're better coached.
The second squad? I mean, come on.
But, I mean, that's how it works, man. I didn't realize it, but then when you watch the game, you're like, okay, yeah, they're a little bit over their skis in this one. It looks like the other team is better.
They were drawing plays that we had no idea about.
You know, that's like the Seahawks playing against the Cardinals. That's what happened.
Ooh. Anybody can beat the Cardinals, though. I mean.
Yeah, but anybody can beat the USA, too.
No, we were top 16, and that's it. I'm just saying. We were in the top. 16. Yep.
And that wouldn't even make it into the college ranks. I don't want to hear top 16. If you ain't Elite 8, you ain't nothing.
Yeah, well, we will be talking about in college football next year the top 24 because 24 teams are coming.
All right, Nate. I don't want to say we're on a collision course, but France and Spain advances in this next round. They're playing each other. Who you got?
I got Spain, yo.
Me too.
I hate the French.
Me too.
I don't like the French just as a whole country. I think they're weak.
Wow. Now, I'm not asking you to have a side team, but there's a special little setup in this next round. Okay. Norway, which is a favorite, not favorite, it's a fan favorite, I'm sorry, playing England. And that's really interesting.
No, got to go with Norway because the Vikings are going to stomp that English boot.
Yep. That's what I'm talking about.
I'm watching the Vikings right now because of the Norway team. I had to go back and revisit it again. I do it every year, but my son and his whole mother side of his family, that whole side, they're all Norwegian-based.
That's awesome.
And so I'm like, I've got adopted into this like Viking clan, and I'm very happy.
Well, I'm not a part of all of this, so I don't know what's going on.
Paul hates side teams.
I don't understand all this stuff. But let me ask you all this real quick. We don't have just a little bit more time. Why would you pick Spain? There's nothing good about Spain. What is there? I mean, French. You got French dressing.
You want to know the story
you got
behind
French.
Spain?
Hold on. You got French dressing. You got French kissing. You got French fries?
No.
Like what?
Belgium invented French fries. Sorry.
I don't care, but they didn't get the name. You say what you want about who invented it, but they didn't get the name.
okay, here I'm going to put it down to you really quick. In high school, I took a trip to Spain, and we toured around all over Spain, and we were there during the filming of 1492 with Sigourney Weaver and René Despardieu. And we got to go into the palace there in Sevilla where they were filming. But that's why I'm picking Spain, because they got Spanish Fly, and I live in Florida now where a lot of Spanish, pirates were. So, boom, I got more going on with Spain than France. Plus, France, they gave up Paris in 3 days. The Polish lasted longer than that. Where's Poland in the final 16? Plus, my dentist, my new dentist has got the smallest hands, and I'm a lucky man for that.
Smallest hands. Paul likes giving, mascots to each one of these teams. It could be the Spanish, the Matadors or the Conquistadors. French don't have anything that's cool like that.
Yeah, but it would be definitely French fries.
They should just be the Bulls, man.
Yeah,
that's true. Well, Nate.
Well, the Spanish Flies.
That is true. Well, thank you so much, Nate. We appreciate you, my friend.
Peace out, homies.
All right, buddy.
Spanish Inquisition.
Oh, there you go, the Inquisition.
But I mean,
it's going down.
Yeah.
You want Spain or France? Pick one, Paul. You got to pick one.
Going
Can't
France.
be sitting out.
I'm going France, even though Spain's probably going to win. But I'm going to tell you what's going down. You want me to tell you what's going down? The viewership is what's going to go down. I guarantee you the viewership is going to drop off.
If Messi does something special in this next round, and then maybe even the following round to get to the championship, because that's what he's got to do is win 2 in a row. I mean, the viewership actually might be up worldwide.
The viewership for Messi will be up, but every other game will be down. I guarantee you. I don't care. I know that
Europe is dominating this thing, and Argentina is the only thing that's going to be able to stop them, because Morocco is not going to be winning at all.
I just wonder I'm going to look at the numbers, and we're going to kind of keep up with it. I want to know when America got out, I figured that everybody's dropping off.
You trust Nielsen ratings? Because I don't.
They'll put it out and it'll be what it's going to be. But I'm just telling you, there's going to be a drop off, and the reason why is because America watches their teams and they follow their teams. I will say this, though.
And probably the percentage of Americans having TVs compared to other countries is probably a lot higher than what other countries do.
I will tell you this, that France and Norway both have 2 wins at MetLife Stadium since week 1 of the 2025 NFL season. And you know who else has 2 wins?
The Jets.
So France and Norway are tied with the Jets after their first week at MetLife Stadium as far as wins go for the whole season for the Jets. So, good job, Jets. Way to represent, right? But either way, when we come back, we've definitely got to talk about some stuff. Some crazy stuff is happening, and you don't want to miss this. It's going to blow your socks off. You're listening to the Sports Blitz with Paul Wilson right here, 104.3 ESPN, Northwest Florida.
Keep the game going with ESPN Northwest Florida. Just because you get out of the car doesn't mean the sports talk and live play-by-play have to end. Just say, hey, Alexa, open ESPN Northwest Florida. From Michigan Avenue to the man cave, from the car to the kitchen, we've got you covered. Keep the game going. Hey, Alexa, open ESPN Northwest Florida.
Good afternoon. This is Anna on ESPN Northwest Florida with Wednesday's weather forecast. Sunny the remainder of the day with temps near 90 and a wind 10 to 15 miles per hour. Mostly clear skies tonight, a gentle breeze out of the west-southwest, and a temperature of 82. The same tomorrow around 90 with mostly sunshine, and a wind at 8 miles per hour out of the southwest. Mostly sunny Friday, a gentle breeze and very warm around 90. This forecast is brought to you by Earthworks of Northwest Florida. Thank you for listening to ESPN Northwest Florida. Rely on it.
The legendary Pepper's Mexican Grill and Cantina, home for the most popular drink specials in town and now on the beach. Enjoy 2-for-1 house margaritas and draft beer all day, every day. 10% off on Military Mondays, and Tuesdays, kids eat free with an adult. Pepper's Mexican Grill and Cantina, now with 2 locations. Back Beach next to Home Depot and Highway 77.
From the FIFA World Cup to competitive business environments, Grand ambitions lead to game-changing achievements. At Bank of America, we're there to support businesses at every step, providing insights and expertise to help you gain an edge.
He shoots, he scores!
What would you like the power to do? Explore winning business solutions at BofA.com/gamechangers. Bank of America, official bank of the FIFA World Cup 2026.
WGSX Lynn Haven, WVLQ Port St. Joe, ESPN Northwest Florida.
The locals love it.
The Atlanta Braves are on a mission, and night after night they are making their case as one of the best teams in baseball.
Swung on and hit with massive force. Tie game on a two-run homer by Ronald Acuna.
Tonight, the Braves and Pirates keep it going along the Allegheny River in Pittsburgh as Atlanta looks for another big win on the road.
Coverage coming up at 6. First pitch at 6:15 on 104.3 ESPN Northwest Florida.
His major in college,
We're going streaking through the quad.
LSU Jeff is part of the Sports Blitz with Paul Wilson.
Come on, everybody, we're going.
104.3 ESPN Northwest Florida.
Here we go.
What it do, people? It's the homie Lil Cash. Right now you tuned in with Paul Wilson on the Sports Blitz. 104.3 ESPN, Northwest Florida. The hottest sports show in the South. Let's go. Cause Lil Cash with another hit with Paul Wilson on the Sports Blitz. Where they talk trash and they talk ish. When it comes to sports, man, they too legit. It's 104.3 ESPN. If you love sports, better chime in. NFL, college, local sports, they got it. NBA, they got it. Sports Blitz, the topic. The show hottest wasabi. Better tune in and go watch it. Sports Blitz with Paul Wilson. If you even tried, you can't stop it. Bone Crusher gon' pop it. No Jeff gon' pop it. Go like, comment, subscribe, and share. Right now.
It is 5 o'clock and you're locked in on this Wednesday right here at 104.3 ESPN Northwest Florida. This is the Sports Blitz with Paul Wilson, and we're so glad that you've joined us today on this not so beautiful day, but it was pretty outside, but it's a lot hot, Jeffrey says. As always, on a Wednesday, got Jeffrey here, Bone Crusher's here, and we've got to break the news that the NCAA has sent a letter of inquiry to the Cincinnati Bearcat football team. And that is talking about Brendan Sorsby. Now, we know as we sit here this week, the Big 12 has had its big meeting, and there has been a lot of talk about what is going on, even to the point that a Texas Tech reporter has come on the scene and asked a question to the Big 12 commissioner, and he asked him this question. He said, why hasn't the Big 12 done anything, said anything to Cincinnati about all of this that's going on, and only you guys only come after Texas Tech and only sent letters to Texas Tech and was only talking about Texas Tech and was talking about Texas Tech. And the Big 12 said, because we didn't have anything on Cincinnati, so we moved off of that. And then just so happens the NCAA sends an inquiry about Brendan Sorsby betting while he was at Cincinnati, and the inquiry is asking, what did the Cincinnati Bearcat program already know about Brendan Sorsby, and why did they keep quiet? What do you think about that?
I'm wondering who the whistleblower is on Sorsby.
Yeah.
I mean, because there's got to be somebody that knew. I'm not sure if it was a player or a fellow student or what it was, but I don't really think it was really the athletic department or football team or football coaches and all that knew. I think it was fellow students or players that knew.
You think so?
Yeah, I think that's where the whistleblower was. We're kind of making it more of a conspiracy theorist than it really is. And I think it's pretty simple.
I don't think it's a conspiracy that they knew. I think they just let it go. Just like a lot of coaches have done in the past. I mean, how many times have you heard of someone getting suspended from school or getting in trouble at school, but then they still play in the game? Like, they wasn't suspended. They were just put in retract, or they were in school suspension and they can still play. It's always been that way. They've always tried to play the best players, and they've always made different rules for other players. Do you think this is enough? Do you think him having to sit out for the whole year and not be able to play, and then have to come into this 2027 draft that's going to have possibly some of the best quarterbacks that we've seen come in a rookie class in a very long time, do you think that's enough?
Absolutely. Yeah. I think he's in a bad situation.
Do you think anybody's going to give him a shot?
I think somebody will give him a shot. If he gets undrafted and he's an undrafted free agent and shows up to camp and he's going to have to prove himself, that'll be interesting. And that could be a possibility, a good possibility.
Now, Bone Crusher, I am going to pull you in on this. You talked about it. You said that this guy was kind of, in your words, the victim. Do you think that him being done this way, as far as making him sit out for a whole season, and he's going to be eligible to be in the NFL draft, do you think that's enough? And do you think Cincinnati has anything that they should have to partake? And then if Cincinnati's next, I know I'm asking you like this loaded question, but if Cincinnati's now, is Indiana going to have a chance? Because he was actually betting on Indiana games while he was on the roster. Did somebody there in Indiana know?
When I was 18 years old, you know how many good decisions I made? Very few.
Yeah.
Probably zero. So, yeah, I mean, poor kid, right?
Poor kid.
Yeah.
Okay, if he bets on sports, well, let's just say he bets on football this next coming year, what is the punishment?
God, he's done. He's done forever.
Wow.
He's done forever.
He's not even playing the sport right now, Paul.
Doesn't matter. I thought you went to rehab not to do it.
I know. I don't get these mini rehabs that they do. I spent a weekend and said I'm never going to do it again. I mean, they have 12-step programs for addicts.
Those are also common. People will do that before they have their trial, for example.
Yeah.
So it's
such
probably
a cop-out.
Yeah, it's just something to help him plead his case.
Yeah, but it's also, I mean, you got to show that you're trying to do something, though, right? I mean, if he just said, hey, okay, let's take it the opposite. Let's look at Johnny Manziel, okay? Johnny Manziel said, y'all say I'm doing drugs. Watch this Instagram. I'm going to be on Instagram at 3 o'clock in the morning doing what you said I was doing. So I think, going and trying to do something to give yourself a better look, I agree. I think you should do it. If Tiger, Tiger went to his rehab or whatever, it seemed like it didn't work. But if Tiger would have been out with Manziel hanging out in L.A. during all this, you ought to say, well, maybe it all is true. So at least he's trying something. The victim card, I don't think
Tiger's had a lot of injuries, so I can understand him being hooked on pain pills.
You know what's funny? This is all just soap opera is what it is. And you know what's the most interesting soap opera to me? It's not Tiger Woods. It's not Sorsby. It's Mike Vrabel. I want to know what comes out with all this. Is he going to stay married? Is he going to stay married?
Yes.
Okay. Is the other girl going to stay married? Probably not.
Yes.
No.
She just went on a cruise with her husband and was seen kissing him and playing with the kids. Their family is good now. And you know what? Even during all of this, I'm glad you brought this up because I wanted to talk about this last week.
Because I look like Mike Vrabel.
That's right, you do. And you probably dated her before.
Can I have a stand-in? This guy.
Oh, my gosh. But so not only that, but they've got actual video footage of where she has been pulled over by the police for speeding. And she told him she actually was being pulled over for texting and driving.
Oh, okay.
She said, "Well, I'm an NFL reporter and I'm doing my job, and some breaking news just hit, so I'm really sorry, but I had to do it because it's my job." And then the guy was like, "Oh, okay." And she was like, "Do you watch the NFL?" And he's like, "Oh yeah, I'm an NFL watcher." And she said, "Well, who's your favorite team?" And he said, the NFL, I like the Minnesota Vikings. He said, I'm a big Viking fan. And she said, okay, hold on. So she FaceTimes Kevin McConnell, the head football coach of the Minnesota Vikings.
What a flex.
While she's getting pulled over by this Minnesota fan and talks to Kevin McConnell about the officer giving her a ticket that's a Minnesota Viking fan. So this girl has no shame to her game. She is somewhat crazy. But, and I don't know. I didn't watch the video long enough to find out whether or not she ended up getting the ticket or if she got out of the ticket due to Kevin McConnell talking about how great of a person she was to the officer. And that.
What time of day was this?
This was at night. I don't know. It was dark. So, but yeah. So I don't see anything coming up with Vrabel. I don't see that going anywhere. Do you think Vrabel, if they lose, this will start coming up? That does winning, and this might be a question for both of you. Does winning outshadow wrongdoing?
Yes, it does. And Tiger Woods is a perfect example because, he's like the face of golf pretty much still, even years later. And he's had 2 major blemishes, the wife thing with the club and everything and the car and everything. So
just a lot. So
it does overshadow it. And actually, I think that the headlines of everything else has kind of made the Mike Vrabel thing kind of almost go away, really.
Yeah. They've done it. The NFL has done a really good job to me as far as making it move and just kind of
bury it.
Just kind of pushed it on.
Yeah.
It seems like it would seem like everybody else would have probably been fired or done away with, right?
Yeah.
But, for whatever reason, Vrabel, because everything that's been said about Vrabel has been, this guy's an upstanding guy. And then they find out that he really wasn't. And some bad clips have come out about some stuff that he said on podcasts and things that he's done. And so I don't know. And it doesn't really have anything to do with Bill Belichick or anything like that. It's just all about Vrabel. Speaking of, since we did move into the NFL range, I don't know if you heard about this, and I wanted to get this was going to be something I asked you yesterday, but I want to talk about a story that came out yesterday from Adam Schefter. Per Seth Wickersham, when Bill Belichick and the Patriots divorced in 2024, Sean Payton considered presenting the Broncos owner, Greg Penner, a proposal for the ages. Hire Belichick as the head coach until he reaches 15 wins, enough to break Don Shula's career record of 347. Payton would temporarily step down to assistant head coach and run the offense, then move back after Belichick became the all-time leader. In the end, it was too complicated and maybe too fancy. What do you think about that? You're a big Sean Payton guy. This was his idea. He wanted Bill. He's very good friends with Bill Belichick. Worked with Bill Belichick. He wanted Bill Belichick to get the all-time record. He thought that was something that Bill Belichick deserves, and he wanted to step down as the head coach of the Broncos. Let Bill be the head coach, him be the offensive coordinator, and run it until they win 15 games. Because just 15 games, he felt like 1 to 2 years at the most, and that would be it. What do you think about that?
You're asking a Dolphins fan if I think that Belichick, who was a Patriots, who was our second most hated enemy, that the record should go to Belichick? Please, come on, and have it rigged?
I'm just telling you like Sean Payton.
It doesn't matter. I don't care. I'm a Dolphins Shula guy and a Marino guy way before Sean Payton.
Yeah, but do you believe? Do you like that kind of stuff? Do you like?
No, that's rigging the system.
It's not.
Let's say Saban's trying to chase Bowden's record for the most wins in college, and they said, okay, Sarkisian's going to be the head coach, but we're really going to say that Saban's the head coach at Texas, and that we're going to chase the whole title thing and everything. It's just so stupid. It's just not even legit. It's not legit. It should be not just asterisks by that record. It should be just thrown away.
Bone Crusher, are you surprised that stuff like that's even talked about in the NFL circles? That like records,
a little bit. That's kind of a Bush League kind of. Yeah. That's weak, you know.
Yeah, I just wondered what you guys thought about that because Peyton, he's chasing his own legacy. He's chasing his own deal, but you could tell that these guys just really. I don't know. It's crazy. Everybody really does like Belichick, though. For him to act like he's not, people don't like him, but like the people in the groups, in the NFL coaches groups, they like him. even though him and Vrabel, whatever, or they're going to do, he's not welcome to, but that's a craft thing. That wasn't an NFL coach's thing. So you don't like that. You don't like coming back and being able to get a record. Do you feel like there's been more people like Joe Paterno? Do you feel like they did that for him? They let him stay there so long. They didn't have, because they wanted him to have the longer.
That was a respect thing. Penn State revolved around Paterno for too long. It wasn't like a Bo Schembechler. He was so much bigger than all these other coaches that he was the face of the university.
Yeah.
And the athletic department.
Do you guys put Bill Belichick, though, in the category of best all-time coaches in the history of the NFL? Top 5?
As much as it hurts to say that, he's top 5. Yeah.
Who is your top
Landry
5?
and Shula are obviously in the top 5. So that's 3 of the top 5 right there. Golly. I don't want to say the Steelers coach, Chuck Noll.
Yeah.
Chuck Noll is definitely a candidate for it.
Why wouldn't he be? They won all those championships with Terry Bradshaw.
4 and 6 years. I mean, it was a good stretch. I mean, it was bigger than what than Jimmy Johnson did, 3 and 4.
Yeah.
That might be the 5 right there.
Jimmy Johnson
being 5th.
Yeah. And
after Chuck
Noll.
Chuck at number 4. Yeah.
Wow.
If Bill Belichick had just retired and went off in the sunset and didn't show up in North Carolina where he looks like an idiot, then maybe, yeah. But now it's obvious that he wasn't a great coach. He had a great quarterback.
Wow. So Bill Belichick. But all those guys had
so
good
long,
quarterbacks.
though. It was too long.
All those
That's the problem with that is he was there for too long.
Yeah.
One with too many different players, doing it with defense.
I'm pushing back. I'm pushing back. I'm going to push
you
back.
You would not have Belichick in the top 5.
No, I would have him.
Okay.
He doesn't have him. I'm pushing back what he said. Every one of those coaches that we named, everyone that Jeffrey named, had a great quarterback, had an NFL Hall of Fame quarterback. Chuck Noll had Terry Bradshaw. Bill Belichick had Tom Brady. Who else did you name? Landry, right?
Shula
had
Marino. Marino never won one. He was 0-1.
Greasy.
Yeah.
Greasy
and Morrell.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean,
Belichick has been exposed.
Aikman.
Belichick's been exposed.
Well, do you believe that the college game is totally different than the pro game? Because all of these pro guys, they don't usually go that way. The college guys come. Because if you look at Steve Spurrier, he failed at Washington. You look at Nick Saban, he failed at Miami. Look at, Jimmy Johnson was the only one really that's come from college that was head coach, successful, come from college. I mean, Jim Harbaugh has yet to win it. He's been there, but, he's going to – if he wins it, I mean, are we going to put Jim Harbaugh in that? Well, we have to put him in the conversation of Jimmy Johnson and him. All these other college coaches that came into the pros, it just didn't work out for them.
Barry Switzer.
I mean, because he had Jimmy Johnson's team, but they won one.
Absolutely.
They won it, though.
Yeah, that was pathetic.
Jimmy Johnson and Barry Switzer are the only two that's won it, right, that come from college? That was a head coach in college?
I don't know. There might have been another one. I have to look up that record. Let me ask you a question, though, because there's one name I left out. Are you going to replace one of those 5 guys with Lombardi?
That's what I was going to ask you is how can the trophy is actually named after him.
The first two
titles was won by Vince Lombardi.
And NFL championships before that.
Right. So
it's multiple.
I mean, I think so. I don't. Okay, and this is going to be.
And then right after that, if you're number 7, is it the Redskins coach, Joe Gibbs?
Joe Gibbs.
Is he number 7?
He might be in the top 5.
Ooh, wow.
Let me ask you this.
Okay.
I don't know.
And then Bill Walsh.
Hold on.
Number 8.
Yeah, I don't know. Maybe 6, 5.
Yeah, he might be up there.
Let me say this out loud. If I get it about Landry. I understand. But
are you kidding me?
I'm not kidding you. But Tom Landry, he also coached way too long. He had several terrible years with the Cowboys.
Wow. You know what his worst year was?
He had some bad years.
What was his worst year?
He had some bad years.
No.
That's why I had to get. That's why they got rid of him and brought Jimmy Johnson in. If you watched all of the stuff about it, Tom Landry, he was respected, but he wore the fedora hat. Yeah, he was a general. He's a recency bias maybe, but I'm just saying what Bill Walsh did, I mean, they were never bad. When you look at it, Bill Walsh and them were never bad. They were always good. Landry wasn't always good.
You have a memory loss. Landry's worst year was 8-8. He never had a losing season, Paul.
Okay.
All these awful seasons he had.
But playoffs.
Was that playoffs? What are you talking about? He went to the NFC Championship more than any other coach, including.
We're going to fact check Jeff at the half.
Including
at the
Andy Reid. Andy Reid's been to the conference championship tons of times.
Yeah.
I'm sure Landry's probably been there more times.
Well, we're going to go.
And we left out Andy Reid, by the way.
I don't think Andy Reid's in that.
He's top 10.
I don't know.
Yeah, he's top 10.
He might be. All right. He didn't win at Philadelphia.
Yeah, he lost.
Until he got a good quarterback.
Yeah.
I'd say good quarterback.
Donovan McNabb at the Eagles.
Well, we'll see. All right, well, we're going to go ahead and take a break. When we come back, we're going to fact check Jeffrey on all these statistics that he thinks we just believe. You're listening to the Sports Blitz with Paul Wilson right here, 104.3 ESPN, Northwest Florida.
Come on vacation.
Summer vacation. Hey, how's your vacation going?
Leave on probation.
Sheriff's deputies in Panama City Beach arresting 161 people during an out-of-control spring break weekend.
Welcome to the Emerald Coast. Have a great time at the beautiful beaches, but not like end up in the back of a police cruiser great. A friendly reminder from 104.3 ESPN Northwest Florida.
This is Joanna with ESPN Northwest Florida. Here is your weather forecast on this Wednesday evening. As we head into tonight, mostly clear skies and a low of 82 with a gentle breeze around 8 miles per hour coming out of the west-southwest. For tomorrow morning, a variety of light sprinkles and some sun and a temp near 89. In the afternoon and evening, mostly sunny and a high around 90. This weather forecast is brought to you by Earthworks of Northwest Florida. Thank you for tuning into ESPN Northwest Florida. Rely on it.
Motor City New and Used Tire Center. Burn rubber, not your wallet. Cruise into Panama City's newest tire paradise. Motor City New and Used Tire Center is now open. For all sizes and the best prices in town, it's the new Motor City New and Used Tire Center. 2015 West 15th Street, Panama City between Frankfort and Lincoln, where the rubber meets the road and the prices hit the floor. It's Motor City New and Used Tire Center. Call 850-215-3040. 850-215-3040.
Looking for your next reliable ride? Don't break the bank. Cruise on down to Emerald Coast Auto Sales. From spacious family SUVs to sleek fuel-efficient sedans, we have an incredible selection of quality pre-owned vehicles waiting just for you right here on our lot at Emerald Coast Auto Sales. Drive home happy today. Emerald Coast Auto Sales, 2815 15th Street, right across the street from Cedar Grove Elementary.
The Atlanta Braves are on a mission, and night after night they are making their case as one of the best teams in baseball.
Swung on and hit with massive force. Tie game on a two-run homer by Ronald Acuna.
Tonight, the Braves and Pirates keep it going along the Allegheny River in Pittsburgh as Atlanta looks for another big win on the road.
Coverage coming up at 6, first pitch at 6:15 on 104.3 ESPN Northwest Florida.
Climb into our TM and jump into the chat. The Sports Blitz with Paul Wilson is live on Facebook. Interact with Paul and other sports fanatics. Now, 104.3 ESPN Northwest Florida.
Welcome back. You're listening to the Sports Blitz with Paul Wilson right here at 104.3 ESPN Northwest Florida. And we're so glad you joined us on this beautiful day in Panama City Beach. Don't forget, you can call the Tropical Pools and Spa phone line, 850-215-6290. I want to call this segment that we're about to do the fact check segment against Jeffrey. So, Bone Crusher, give us the fact check number 1 about the first thing Jeffrey said at the beginning of the show about kidney stones. Yes, I had kidney stones on Monday. I was unable to be here, and that's why. And Jeffrey said...
Jeffrey gave this elaborate medical scientific kind of description of why calcium or dairy products causes kidney stones. So I did some quick research, Jeff, and we're having to disagree a little bit on this one. So the question, is kidney stones caused by dairy? No, dairy does not cause kidney stones. In fact, dairy consumption actually lowers your risk. Eating foods with calcium like milk, yogurt, and cheese helps prevent kidney stones because the calcium binds with oxalates in your digestive system before reaching your kidneys, and this stops oxalates from being absorbed and crystallizing into stones.
And don't forget, he started the show out talking that he's only been wrong twice in our whole year of being here on the show.
But he sounds like he knows what he's talking about. That's so great.
You believed it.
I did. I'm like, wow, that sounds legit, man.
Oh, my gosh. This is great.
Is so wild.
We love you.
I'm reading about it right now.
We love you, Jeffrey. We love you.
With these dairy calcium with
it's not true.
Oxalate-rich foods like spinach. Oh, you have to mix it with spinach or nuts.
Oh, that's all. You got to put the spinach and the
in
nuts
order for
in
it to be good at prevention.
So ice cream is still good. Eat up all the ice cream. Now
because I was told by a doctor. Okay. And
now he's going to blame it on the doctor.
Yeah. No, I was told this by a doctor.
In Louisiana.
In Louisiana, you're right.
I mean, I don't know.
And it was milk or ice cream, and you get dehydrated after that, and that's what causes kidney stones. And that's what I was told by a doctor.
Drink lots of fluids. Plenty of water is the most effective way to prevent stones from forming.
There we go. Good.
This is crazy.
So that's crazy. All right, well, let's get into the other crazy thing about Tom Landry being in the top 5 coaches of all time in the NFL, where Jeffrey said with a very stern look on his face, Landry has never had a losing season. He never went less than 8-8 or 7-7.
So his last 3 years.
So Tom Landry, the first year that he ever coached in the NFL, he was 0-11. He didn't win a game.
Because they were expansion franchise.
His second year, man, he stepped it up, 4-9. His third year, stepped it up a little bit, 5-8. His fourth year, went back down, 4-10. Then 5-8 again. And then finally, his 7th year coaching in the NFL, he finally went 7-7. And then from then on out, all the way until a little bit later, in 1982, he went 6-3. And then 84, he went 9-7. And then here we go. 86. 7-9, 87,
7-8,
7-8, and then 1988, his last year of coaching,
he went 3-13.
3-13.
Yeah,
Tom Landry
he tanked in the last year
to be the greatest top 5 coach ever in the NFL. It's a hard pass for me, dog. It's a hard pass. I told you, but the beginning of my talk about Landry was as he stayed too long. He was there too long. He did what he was supposed to do. He brought the star out. He made the star famous. He did win 2 championships, albeit they were both in the 70s. Never won in the 80s.
He should have beat the Steelers for a third one in the 70s.
Shoulda, woulda, coulda, but didn't. And then
I believe his name was Jack Harris, and he was a tight end. And the ball hit him in the numbers in the end zone, and he dropped it. And that would have been a go-ahead touchdown against the Steelers, and he ended up losing it.
But, I mean, definitely one of the greatest.
America's team.
Yeah, he was definitly what he brought America's team to the forefront.
You skipped over all these 12-4 seasons he had. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. How many?
But he only won 2 championships, and he was 270 and 178. So he was 270 and 178, and he did have 6 ties. So, I just don't know. We're going to go ahead and go to the phone line. We've
6 times he won 12 games, and that was back when they played like 14 and 16 games only.
Yeah. Well, we're going to go to the Tropical Spas and Pool phone line. We've got Arnold on the line talking about Tom Landry. What's going on today?
All right, man. Do y'all realize that when Roger Staubach retired, Danny White was the punter for the team? Landry, instead of drafting, who was available, Dan Marino, who went second to the last person in the first round of that draft, Darryl Green being the last person. He chose to go with Danny White as a quarterback.
Yeah.
That ruined that whole team.
Yeah. I mean, he had some great years in the 70s, and he did have some good years. But to be top 5, I don't know if I could put him in the top 5 of all-time coaches.
I wouldn't either. I mean, I liked him. He was a well-dressed coach. I don't like the way they look now. I couldn't care less. But, you know, it just aggravated me that he did that. But y'all have a good day, man. I love to listen to y'all's program. Keep it up.
Thank you so much. Bill Walsh won 3 Super Bowls. I'm trying to see
So Montana was all 3 of those.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Wait, no. Did he win? Oh, I guess
no.
last
Steve
one.
Young wasn't he? Wasn't Steve Young?
No. Steve Young won with Seifert.
Okay.
George
Seifert.
Yeah,
okay.
Yeah. Actually, you know what? Now I'm thinking about it. I thought he won 4. Bill Walsh only won 3?
He won 3. Huh. But he was
So
102 and 63.
102. Only 102 wins?
But 102
Pathetic.
and 63.
102.
Under.
The other guy won 207. You're 70.
But he lost
and you're comparing him to 102?
He lost.
That's more than double, Paul. It's not even
lost,
close.
He lost more games than Bill Walsh won. He lost more games than Bill Walsh coached in.
Well, he played in coached in 3 or 4 decades, 4 different decades. I mean, he was there forever. I mean, if I talked about what the president said about him and what Pete Rozelle said about him, the guy was just a shrine to the NFL.
Okay. I mean,
he was.
Bill Walsh, though, had a better winning percentage and more Super Bowls.
Yeah.
I mean,
he only coached 10 years.
But I mean, so tell me how is he better? I don't tell me how Tom Landry's better when his record doesn't really prove that, though.
Because of his inventions. He didn't invent the forward pass, but he perfected it.
Okay.
There was what is it? Not the I formation, but there's all kind of innovations that he brought along to the NFL that everybody adopted, that he was a staple in developing the league.
Joe Gibbs won 3 Super Bowls.
Joe
Gibbs was 154 and 94 a record, which is a 621 winning percentage, way higher.
So he won 50-something games more than he lost.
And then he was 17 and 7 in the postseason.
That's pretty dang good.
So, yeah, career
still didn't win 20 like Landry.
Yeah, but still career record 171 and 101. That's with postseason. I mean, way better.
I'm sorry. The innovations that Landry brought along, and even after Meredith kind of stepped out of the league and everything, he had one little injury and everything. After Meredith did that, everybody thought that the Cowboys were just going to go away, and then Staubach took over.
I'm just telling you.
No, I think it's memory lapse, Paul. I don't think you understand what he meant to the league.
I don't.
And they're winning the division almost.
We didn't say top 5 people of what they meant to the league. We said the top 5 football coaches.
Yes, coaches.
And what I see in football coaches is not what you look like on the sideline, not what you meant to the forward pass, but how many wins did you have, how many losses you had, how many Super Bowls you had. Bill Belichick had 6 Super Bowls.
Okay.
2-time Super Bowl wins as an assistant coach.
Mm-hmm.
And he's got, this is his NFL records. Most Super Bowl wins as a head coach, most Super Bowl appearances, most Super Bowl appearances as a head coach, most playoff wins as a head coach, 31.
Yes.
Most playoff appearances as a head coach, most divisional championships as a head coach.
So I said Belichick, Shula, and Landry are top 3.
Right.
So you're saying Belichick beats out Landry. Okay.
I got Belichick. I got Bill Walsh. I got Joe Gibbs.
Oh, wow.
Probably Vince Lombardi.
Wow.
And then you probably, if you want to know the truth, you got to throw Shula.
Yeah.
And then you know who's on the outskirts?
Chuck Noll.
Bill Parcells and Chuck Noll. And then maybe
Bill Parcells.
And then maybe Tom Landry breaks in right there. Because Jimmy Johnson, winning percentage-wise, probably way better than Landry because Landry was there too long. Is that the problem that we have with most coaches that stay too long? Because if Belichick would have left, but when Brady left, that would have been good.
Well,
he would have never been told anything different.
Jimmy Johnson wasn't there long enough, and his players won with Barry Switzer, one of the worst coaches to ever win a Super Bowl.
Yeah, I mean, and that's
so
true.
that shows down Jimmy Johnson a lot.
I'm just saying, I think when you look at how the numbers present themselves, that's kind of where it goes.
What is he, like third or fourth most winningest coach of all time?
Yeah, but if you coach for 30 years, your number is going to go up. But there was several years.
14 games in a season. Twice he was reduced by strikes that didn't 6-3. That's not even a full season.
His last 3 years, he had 3 losing seasons, and the last one being 3-13.
Yeah.
It just puts a bad taste in my mouth that he didn't do good. And you want to call it recency bias?
Do good. It was one season, Paul.
It was 3 in a row.
It was 7-9 and 7-8. It wasn't that bad. It wasn't that bad.
That's only because you're a Dolphin fan. Are you saying that?
No, because that's the Cowboys.
I know, but I'm saying only reason why you're saying 7-9 is not bad though is because you're a Dolphin fan. Okay. I mean, you're used to that.
Dig.
So,
Dig.
so okay.
You know what Parcells never did?
What did he never do?
Or Belichick didn't go undefeated and win it all.
No, only one person's ever done that,
and that's Shula.
That's right. I mean. But you know what? We're not going to jump all on you, Jeff, and say, oh, well, but you kind of gave it up for yourself, right? I mean, he kind of started this off by saying he's only been wrong twice the whole show.
No, I did not say that.
And so, I mean, we had to kind of, I mean, yeah.
Shoot, I make enough predictions where, the team I pick doesn't win. I mean.
That's enough. That's enough.
No, I mean, because I'll put myself out on a limb and pick teams like Spain.
You think they're going to win for sure?
Well, I think they could beat France.
Yeah.
And they'll get to the final. Will Argentina not take them seriously? Because Argentina's had to come back twice now.
Yeah, they have.
It's going to be interesting, and I think Spain's going to make it to the final. Do you think France is going to knock them out with Mbappe?
I mean, they might. I mean, Spain is a great team, but I also, yesterday, you guys both went with the Colombian coffees, and I went with the Switzerland knives, and they won. So, I mean, I think, I do think again, we're going to run the table on that. So, yeah, give me
France. The Swiss days are numbered because they're playing Argentina.
Yeah, well, we'll see. We'll see. I mean, you never know. And does anybody have Belgium actually making it to the next round or no?
They're playing Spain next. That's highly unlikely.
Yeah,
I think they moved up in the power rankings from like 9 to 8.
Yeah.
With that win.
Yeah.
It wasn't. I'm not saying it wasn't that impressive. They did win 4-1, but who they were playing was the Americans. And we're playing a foreign sport.
Bad about America.
We're playing a foreign sport, Paul. And guess what Americans are good with? Their hands, and they can't use their hands unless they're the goalie.
I know, but I'm just saying, and we didn't do it that night either. We didn't use our hands for the goalie because they kept kicking it past him. So, if you want to stay inside, maybe it's raining, maybe it's thunder, maybe it's lightning, or maybe it's just too hot, and you need your kids to have some fun this summer, you need to go see them at Duplay, 287 Aberdeen Parkway in Panama City, Florida, right there by the Lynn Haven Sports Complex. It is a place that has an indoor facility with all of the stuff. It's got even the workout equipment. I'll tell you what, parents, you want to go get on the treadmill? Duplay's got it. You want to go get on the exercise bike? Duplay's got it. You want to go do some light workout? Duplay's got it. You can go and work out, and you can just turn your kid loose and let them go play with all the other kids that are playing right there. So you need to do this. There's food, there's beverages. They've got it all going on right there at 287 Aberdeen Parkway. Don't forget, they also got their summer camp still going on. Their volleyball league is getting ready to start. Signups are going to take place very soon. And August 1st, they've been open for 1 year. They're going to have a 1 year appreciation. We're going to go and be a part of it. It's going to be awesome. But either way, you can look them up on their Facebook page at DuPlay, or you can go to their website, DuPlayOnline.com, because they are just that good. So either way, we're going to go ahead and take our next break. When we come back, we've got several things we need to shoot out and let you know of what's coming up. Breaking news, stuff that's been said, you don't want to miss it. You're listening to the Sports Blitz with Paul Wilson right here, 104.3 ESPN, Northwest Florida.
You've read the headlines. You've seen the highlights. But how about the unfiltered truth?
Steroid era, you can like it, love it, hate it, whatever. It saved baseball.
Since 2017, 104.3 ESPN Northwest Florida has been the undisputed leader for sports coverage on the Panhandle. If it matters in sports, it matters to us, and it matters to you. 104.3 ESPN Northwest Florida.
DraftKings is live in all 50 states. Yes, that means you, Florida. Win or go home. That's it. That's the World Cup knockout round. And DraftKings has you covered for every single match. The DraftKings app is now live in Florida. So whether you're catching the early kickoff before work or the late match at the bar, you're in every minute, every match, every moment, all in one app. Right here in Florida, the world's biggest stage in the palm of your hand. New DraftKings customers sign up with the code NWFlorida. Spend $5 to get $200 in total rewards over 21 days. That's code NWFlorida in partnership with DraftKings. The crown is yours. Event trading offered by DraftKings Predictions, a CFTC registered introducing broker. Trading involves risk of loss. Market availability varies. Eligibility restrictions apply. $50 every 7 days via click to claim, issued in non-withdrawable prediction dollars that expire in 1 year. Ends July 19. Terms dkng.co/predictions promo.
Are you in need of reliable, secure, convenient self-storage? Too much stuff and not enough room to put it all? Stop on by to Your Storage Units. With a wide selection of climate and non-climate self-storage units, Your Storage Units is sure to have just what you need. From a small 5x5 to as large as a 10x20 and up. Just remember, if you need more space and less clutter, call Your Storage Units 850-252-4309 at 7100 US 98 right over the Hathaway Bridge and PCB behind the Taco Bell.
104.3 ESPN Northwest Florida gets results. Here's Alan Watson from Gulf Plus in Panama City Beach.
When we first came to Panama City Beach to launch our business, we didn't really have a voice, and we didn't have any way of letting people know that we were here and we were new. ESPN Radio has given us a way to reach our audience, which is sports fans, because of being in the golf industry. And we've managed to grow the business while staying on the radio for 6 straight years. So it's been the kind of thing that's really helped us to grow. It's brought in the most business, and it's the thing that we're recognized for and people associate us with. I couldn't be happier with our association with ESPN Radio.
To see how 104.3 ESPN Northwest Florida can help grow your business, go to ESPNPC.com and click the contact button. That's ESPNPC.com and click contact.
The Atlanta Braves are on a mission, and night after night they are making their case as one of the best teams in baseball.
Swung on and hit with massive force. Tie game on a 2-run homer by Ronald Acuna.
Tonight, the Braves and Pirates keep it going along the Allegheny River in Pittsburgh as Atlanta looks for another big win on the road.
Coverage coming up at 6, first pitch at 6:15 on 104.3 ESPN Northwest Florida.
Can you take the hits? Here comes the Sports Blitz. 104.3 ESPN Northwest Florida.
Welcome back. We are live and local right here at 104.3 ESPN Northwest Florida in beautiful Panama City Beach, Florida. It's 91 degrees outside right now, so make sure we are your trusted weather place, right? For accurate forecasts and active weather updates, turn to Joanna right here at 104.3 ESPN. Don't forget the Braves tonight take on the Pirates again, hopefully for a different outcome than last night. 6 o'clock is the coverage time. 6:15 is the first pitch. Don't forget the Braves are sponsored by Hewitt Tire and Auto, Brock Pest Control, Bill Bird Kia, PCB Hobby, Cito, and Blue Diamond Truck Accessories right here in beautiful Panama City. And don't forget, if you want to be a part of this show, you can be 850-215-6290. The Tropical Spa and Pools phone line is alive and ready for your text or call right here at 104.3 ESPN, Northwest Florida. I want to talk about the World Cup for just a second. I want you to know, everybody talked about it. Fox, it's been reported they will recoup nearly all of their World Cup rights cost with just the hydration break ads. So just so you know, it worked. Fox Channel is going to make all the money back from just the hydration breaks because of what they paid to get
thank
the
God.
World Cup. All right, so there you go.
I was worried about Fox for a minute.
I thought you would be. I thought that was very interesting for you guys to know. We're going to hit a lot of these really hard, but we're going to hit them good. I do have breaking news. Today it was announced that 3-time Cy Young Award winner and 2-time World Series champion Justin Verlander announced he will retire after this baseball season. This is it for him.
Okay.
Yep, this is it for him. So, with that being said, does that mean possibly that Justin Verlander is going to get picked up by a contender because the Tigers don't look like they're a contender? What do you think?
So wait, you're saying next year's the last year?
No, this year's his last year.
This year's the last year.
Yeah, this is it. So,
oh my goodness. Yeah. I think somebody else is going to pick him up.
Yeah.
Because the Tigers are not doing well.
No, that's what I'm saying. So yeah. So
you're saying the Braves have a chance?
Have a chance to bring in Verlander. Would you want Skubal or Verlander? I'd go with Skubal.
Yeah, I would go
but
with Skubal.
Verlander does have the experience and, might be able to get it going.
When you're on the decline, though, it's like
kind of like Tom Landry.
Your brain is saying yes, and your body's saying, I don't know about that any longer.
Yeah. So you're saying no to the older staying around.
Yeah.
So basically the Tom Landry effect. Can you say that with me?
The Tom Landry effect.
Thank you. All right.
Yeah.
All right.
You know who was yesterday, right? Oh. I mean, that's the Braves. They're falling apart.
Hey, man.
The Phillies are 2 games back, Paul.
I know.
This hasn't been since, game 3 of the season.
Look,
I mean, they've had the lead this whole entire time.
Yeah, but how many times?
Apart.
It's the first time in a long time what happened last night. I mean, good Lord. The guy hit 3 home runs.
Mm-hmm.
2 3-run homers and 1 grand slam for a total of 10 RBIs. He went 4 for 5 with 10 RBIs in one game. He single-handedly won the game. I mean, it's just Ryan O'Hearn is the second player in Major League Baseball history to have 2 3-run home runs and a grand slam in the same game. 10 RBI team record, 4 for 5. Only Mark Whitten of the St. Louis Cardinals had 4 homers and 12 RBIs ever.
Wow.
So there you go. Ryan O'Hearn.
So you're saying it's a pitching thing and just a one-off?
It just happened.
But we're on a losing streak.
Oh, you want to make us a little side wager here?
Ooh.
Ryan O'Hearn tonight.
Oh, just on tonight's game. I thought you were saying the Braves are going to win the division. Because
O'Hearn.
they might be losing the division, Paul.
Okay, Sorsby.
Ryan O'Hearn is going to get on base tonight or not?
Ooh. I don't know, Paul. I'd like to actually make a wager on the next 2 games that the Pirates are going to take 1 more game from this series and they're going to win this series. The next 2 games.
No.
So you say the Braves are going to win 2 back-to-back games on the Pirates?
So that means tonight and
tomorrow night. Yes.
Okay, so
that's all I'm asking.
Tonight and tomorrow.
The Braves win, you win.
If the Braves win, I win. If the Braves lose 1 game, you win.
I win.
Okay. The winner or the loser on Friday has to chug whatever beverage they want on live right here on the show. All right, that's the wager. All right.
My goodness.
So there you go. All right. So real quick, DraftKings is live in all 50 states. Yes, that means you, Florida, win or go home. That's it. That's the World Cup knockout round, and DraftKings has you covered for every single match. The DraftKings app is now live in Florida, so whether you're catching the early kickoff before work or late match at the bar, you're in on every minute, every match, every moment, all in one app. right here in Florida, the world's biggest stage where in the palm of your hand. Call to action is that the new DraftKings customers sign up with code NWFlorida, spend $5 to get $200 in total rewards over 21 days. That's code NWFlorida in partnership with DraftKings. The crown is yours. Event trading offered by DraftKings Predictions, a CFTC registered introducing broker. Trading involves risk of loss. Market availability varies. Eligibility restrictions apply. $50 every 7 days via click-to-claim issued in non-withdrawable prediction dollars that expire in 1 year. Ends July the 19th. Terms dkng.co/predictions promo. Now, Jeffrey, when you think about all of the stuff that's going on, I've got to talk to you about this one thing that I wanted to tell you. We'll talk about something else tomorrow. But there has been an interview this week, and it was with Billy Napier, and on what went wrong during his time at Florida. And all I can tell you is this is what he said. I think that we really struggled to manage the workload that came with the NIL and that came with the portal. What do you think about that?
Excuses.
You don't think he just manned up? You think he really didn't do what he was supposed to do?
Well, he was probably – what he's saying is that he spent too much time over here when he should have been on the team and the strategies and the formations and the plays that they're running and everything. As far as
he was calling the plays.
He was calling the plays, but he wasn't spending enough time on strategizing for that. Mm-hmm. And he's over here dealing with NIL and workload and all that kind of stuff. It's an excuse, Paul. It's an excuse.
So you don't think what he's saying is actually valid? You think he just was in over his head at Florida?
Yeah, because he might have been like I'm not saying a perfectionist. I'm saying that he probably was trying to do too much. It's like I'm not saying it's a toxic boss, but sometimes bosses want to have their hands in everything because they're a workhorse, and they want to try and do everything. And you can't do anything. You have to delegate to be a good boss.
Do you think, though, that possibly with the way that he loved DJ Lagway, that there was a possibility
that hurt,
that he was too loyal to him as the player, and that possibly Billy just put him in there and that he wasn't really the guy that could lead Florida's team? He was hurt for most of the year, at the beginning of the year for sure. Then he had the debacle game against LSU where he threw all those interceptions, and he still stuck with him. He didn't even give Tremel Jones a chance. I mean, Tremel Jones, he's fighting to be the starter this year. If he comes out and plays really well and wins the starting job and does all this stuff for the Florida Gators, and they, beat Florida State, or they upset a team, or they beat somebody they're not supposed to, do you think everybody's going to be like, gosh, we had this guy this whole time, and now look at us?
What's the level of success for the Florida Gators that'll tell you that? Is it the 8-4?
Yeah, for sure. If they win 8 ball games, they are in a way better position because that's going to help recruiting. That's going to help their portal. That's going to help the gain of confidence. They're going to make, the swamp again, and it's just going to be they'll be able to bring people where they couldn't last time.
They're going to lose to Georgia and they're going to lose to Texas. So the ceiling is 10-2 is what I said on that other. I don't know, it was like a month or so ago.
Yeah.
Right. After that, Oklahoma and Ole Miss are the other 2 games that are knocking them down to the 8-4. If they go 8-4, they've got to win at Auburn.
Yeah, they have to win at Auburn regardless.
It's early in the season.
This is the game. Yep, you got to win at Auburn.
Yeah.
It's you have to win. The Auburn game is the one. Now you can't overlook anybody.
South Carolina, other teams,
right?
You can't.
But you got to beat Auburn because this is the battle of the new coaches.
Yep.
This is going to set the tone. Can he beat Alex Golesh or not?
Yeah.
Did we make a good decision or a bad decision with Summerall compared to Golesh? What's crazy is we had both of them on our show, and I'm just as impressed with both of them. And I'm going to get them again. I'm going to get both of them again because I think it's going to be fantastic. I do want to make a quick note. Somebody had texted in on the Tropical Spas and Pools phone line and said that the tight end y'all were talking about that dropped the touchdown for the Dallas was Hall of Famer Jackie Smith, who was retired from the Cardinals and came back to play for a year with Dallas.
Yes, and
there you go.
He had hands that were just great. And the ball was thrown a little low. He came down low to it. Ball hit him straight in the numbers, and it fell down. And he was almost in disbelief that he dropped that ball. And they should have beat the Steelers that game.
Yeah,
it was. That was one of the most remarkable Super Bowls. Well, definitely of the 70s. It runs up in there with the 80s and the 90s Super Bowls because that was a tremendous game. Because there were the two juggernauts of the 70s.
Yeah,
if that game had flipped. Guess who's winning 3 Super Bowls, and guess who drops from 4 Super Bowls down to 3? Those two teams were the teams of the 70s, and it would have been even keel if that game had just gone a little bit differently.
Yeah. And I want to make another correction on the phone line. Someone had already texted in and said that we forgot about Pete Carroll. Pete Carroll is one of the coaches that won in college. And came and won at Seattle.
Yeah.
So Pete Carroll,
Yeah.
Jimmy Johnson, Barry Switzer. Those three, right, are the only three that won.
Switzer. And you look at all the coaches that tried. Lou Holtz, Saban. There's been a lot of people come from college and
Spurrier,
failed. Yeah.
That failed. 100%
absolutely.
failed. Lane Kiffin failed.
Yeah.
Will Lane Kiffin go back? That's the question.
Yeah.
So, Kyle Albritton said, we're going to lose to Texas, ? And then he said,
God.
You mean like we did with a poorly coached team led by Napier?
Well, they probably took 2 or 3 weeks to prepare for Texas. They got really lucky on Texas. You know how many winning streaks the Florida Gators had last year? 0. They couldn't. No, you're laughing, but they couldn't win 2 in a row, Paul. That's why they went 4-8.
Yeah.
And let me tell you quickly, I'm going to say this. Hammond apparently has been the designated the Texas Tech starter.
Yes.
For week 1 versus Abilene Christian.
Right.
This is the equivalent of what Florida did last year because they were opening the season against Long Island Sharks.
Yeah.
And Abilene Christian, give this guy some rest. You're playing Abilene Christian, ACU. No, you don't need this player in week 1. Just like Lagway had to sit out that first game, that was a good decision. That's a dumb decision. They can't learn from other people's mistakes like that. Bringing back Lagway maybe too early.
Yeah. Well, I'm just saying, though, with the expectations of
so
Florida,
he thinks that they're going to beat Texas. Okay.
They did last year.
They did last year. Yeah. I think the game was in the Swamp.
But
I think it was.
Okay.
But they're playing them after Georgia in Atlanta.
Yeah.
That's going to be a tough one.
So if they were to lose just those 2 games, though, I mean, Florida's in the playoffs.
They lose those 2 games back-to-back. That's their ceiling 10-2.
Florida's in the playoffs.
Then you got to beat Ole Miss and Oklahoma to make it to 10-2.
Is it going to be harder to beat Oklahoma or Texas this year for them?
Oh, it's going to be harder to beat Texas for sure.
You've
following behind the Georgia game, Paul. Again,
you've kind of turned into a Longhorn fan. You kind of.
You talked a lot of respect.
You kind of talked smack about them when at the beginning.
Well, they haven't run the SEC yet.
Yeah, but you're saying. But if you had to pick right now, who's going to win the SEC? It's going to be Georgia and Texas.
It's Georgia. No, it's Georgia.
All right, but either way, we are going to be back tomorrow. I promise you. Hopefully, Jeff won't be wrong at all tomorrow for sure. But either way, thanks for listening, everybody. Go like, share, comment, subscribe, all those things on our Facebook page. We'll see you tomorrow. Have a great night, everybody.
The new app from 104.3 ESPN Northwest Florida is designed specifically for sports fanatics like you. The Sports